श्रीमती सुमन कल्याणपुर, कला गायन।
इसके साथ ही फिर
प्रोफेसर कपिल कपूर, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री कमलेश दी पटेल, अध्यात्म। पद्मश्री श्रीमती जोधाइयाबाई बायगा, चित्रकला। श्रीमती उषा बारले, कला लोक गायन। डॉक्टर संकुरात्री चंद्रशेखर, समाज सेवा। श्री रामन चेरुवयल, कृषि। श्री भानुबाई चुनीलाल चितारा, चित्रकला। श्री नरेंद्र चंद्र देववर्मा, मरणोपरांत लोक कार्य, उनके पुत्र श्री सुब्रता देववर्मा। श्री वदीवेल गोपाल और श्री मासी सद्या, समाज सेवा। श्री वदीवेल गोपाल। श्री मासी सद्यान। श्री हेमचंद्र गोस्वामी, शिल्पकला। श्रीमती प्रीतिकना गोस्वामी, वस्त्रकला। डॉक्टर मोदादुगु विजय गुप्ता, विज्ञान एवं इंजीनियरिंग। श्री दिलशाद हुसैन, शिल्पकला। श्री भीकूराम जी इदाते, समाज सेवा। डॉक्टर रतन सिंह जग्गी, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा।
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन। हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट। Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult sir. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं। Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है।
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है सर, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं।
have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security. Have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
Viewers, we're live and breaking. I'm Shubhangi Shukla getting you the latest, and we know that India has given a very strong response to the UK. We'll get to all the details of that, but first the headlines we're tracking right now. Well, India's firm message to the UK after anti-India attack in London. Security of UK High Commission cut. Punjab police recover the cars and bikes recovered in fact, there's still no trace of Amritpal yet. The Bihar Deputy CM says only a Gujarati can be a cheat. Is he pitting Indians against Indians?
अगर आज की छुट्टी करी गई है तो कल रमजान भी आ रहे हैं, उसकी भी छुट्टी होनी चाहिए, सिखों के पर्वों की भी छुट्टी होनी चाहिए, क्रिश्चियंस की भी होनी चाहिए.
SPMP polarizes Indian festivals now, says Parliament adjourned for Hindu festivals. Left MLA targets Bishop for his pro-BJP comment with a biblical reference. India witnesses spike in COVID cases. Prime Minister chairs key review meet. Viewers, let's go straight to the top story. Now, Khalistani mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London and are attempting to provoke India once again. This is a new development coming in right now, where we are telling you that these Khalistani supporters, they had tried to, in fact, vandalize the tricolour. Once again, we believe that they are back at the Indian High Commission. They're back at the Indian High Commission in London. And this can be seen as a provocation which is coming in yet again, viewers. Remember that we told you a short while back that how India sent a very strong message to the UK after there was a total lack of security outside the Indian High Commission in London. Now we saw a short while back how India has reviewed the security situation of UK diplomats after Khalistani attack on London embassy. Now the big news coming in right now is that we are getting to know that the Khalistani mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London, and this is a provocation, another provocation coming in at this point of time. Viewers, are following the attack, remember that frugal security was seen deployed outside the premises of Indian High Commission in London, even after the UK government vowed to take the Indian mission security so-called seriously. All right, viewers, let's move ahead. Right now, we're being joined at this point of time by our guest, Manju Seth, former diplomat, live from Delhi, is joining us live from Delhi. Manju Seth, thank you for joining us here on Republic TV. And so India has gone ahead. They have reviewed the security situation. The barricades have been removed. It's a very strong reply coming in from India. Manju Seth.
Well, I think this is also, first of all, the incident at our Indian High Commission in the UK is absolutely unacceptable, and there was no security from the UK side, and it was something that should have been done. Especially as per reports, they were informed that there's a likelihood of attacks, and it is very unfortunate that this has happened. And of course, now everybody has condemned it in the UK as well. And we have taken, and the MEA here, the Ministry of External Affairs, has conveyed in very, very strong terms to the top diplomat in the UK High Commission here that this is not acceptable. And I think it should not have been allowed to happen. And there is some element of reciprocity, but from what I could understand from all the reports is that these were the additional barricades. The security has not been downgraded around the UK High Commissioner's residence or in the UK or around the UK High Commission, but the additional barricades, etc., that were put in to prevent people reaching right up to the premises have now been removed. Normally such action is taken after doing a kind of threat assessment, we can say, and as per reports, it has been perceived that there is no specific threat to either the High Commissioner's residence or to the High Commission premises, and therefore the additional security has been removed, or the additional barricade has been removed, but the security has not been downgraded, which is also, as per the Vienna Convention, it is the responsibility of the host government to ensure the premises are secure and the sanctity of the premises of a foreign government. And so I think that under that, this action has been taken, and I will not call it a removal of security, but it is the additional security barriers that were removed.
Right. Manju Seth, if you could tell our viewers a little bit more about what the MEA has said. MEA has reminded UK of basic obligations of the government of the UK under the Vienna Convention. Why is that important? Because India has brought it up, and India is very clearly saying that what happened in London, that is a clear violation of the Vienna Convention.
Absolutely, because as per the Vienna Convention, an important element is that the sanctity and the security of premises of all foreign missions, foreign embassies, high commissions are to be ensured, and it is their responsibility, the host government's responsibility to ensure that this is not breached. And therefore, India had to remind them that under the Vienna Convention, it was their responsibility, and their response time was also very, took a long time for them to reach. And all the vandals, so-called, Khalistani supporters had disappeared by then. And so I think they have been a little, and India has also said they have been indifferent to our security. So I think that message has gone very clearly to them that this is not permissible and not acceptable.
Right, Manju Seth, now very clearly the MEA has said that the UK government should take immediate steps to identify, arrest and prosecute each one of those involved in that incident in London. What is a protocol that can be expected to be followed by the UK? The request has been clearly made by India on this.
Absolutely, they went on them, and also this is an act of vandalism, so they have to take action, absolutely. And I think it is incumbent on the UK government to take action, and it is, as I mentioned, it is under the Vienna Convention, it was to be ensured, the security of the premises was to be ensured. And I understand from reports that some additional barricading has been provided around the Indian High Commission in the UK as well. And so they've already taken some, steps to ensure that such incidents don't recur. And it is incumbent on them to identify now the people involved and to prosecute them and take absolute stringent action to send a clear message to these elements that their activities are not as per the UK law and are not acceptable in the UK as well.
All right, thank you, Manju Seth, former diplomat, is joining us live here on Republic TV as we get the top updates here. So we are seeing that the Khalistan mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London, and we also see how India has taken a very strong stand against these kind of activities which damage the society, the fabrics of the society. That is very important here. India is sending a strong message. Now let's move ahead, viewers, to what else is making news across India. Highlighting Delhi government's key takeaways from budget, CM Arvind Kejriwal hailed it, calling a historical budget. Added that all anti-corruption measures, faceless services, doorstep delivery of services will continue.
में सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ है, हर तबके के लिए, गरीब अमीर आदमी औरत, सबके लिए, हर वर्ग के लिए, हर आयु के लोगों के लिए, सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ है। सबसे पहली बात कि दिल्ली, सभी सर्वे ये दिखाते हैं कि पूरे देश में सबसे कम महंगाई दिल्ली के अंदर है, और उसका कारण है कि दिल्ली सरकार दिल्ली के लोगों को कई सारी चीज़ें मुफ्त में मुहैया कराती है।
Meanwhile, BJP disapproves budget of Delhi given by Aam Aadmi Party government, claims that the budget has nothing for the common man.
बजट आता है हमारे सामने तो हम सबसे पहले देखते हैं कि पिछले बजट में कितने वित्त की व्यवस्था थी, कितना उसका लैप्स हुआ था, कितना कार्य हुआ, और अब जो नया आया है वो उससे ज़्यादा है या कम है। तो जब हम समीक्षा कर रहे हैं तो मैक्सिमम हम देख रहे हैं कि इस साल के बजट में पहले से थोड़ा थोड़ा कम ही हुआ है।
An important meeting of opposition leaders will be held at the residence of NCP leader Sharad Pawar in Delhi on 23rd March. The floor leaders of the opposition parties in Rajya Sabha have been invited to the meeting. The Customs Commissioner of Vijayawada busted smuggled gold coming into Andhra Pradesh. Gold weighing at 12.97 kilograms with a market value of 7.48 crores was seized. KPCC Chief DK Shivakumar expressed confidence in winning Karnataka polls. He also launched a scathing attack on the BJP, saying that the party has done a blunder by making Karnataka the corruption capital and that the BJP is trying to win Tamil Nadu through corruption. He added that the Congress party will come into power in Karnataka. The former BJP MLC Babu Rao has joined Congress in the presence of Karnataka Congress President DK Shivakumar in Bengaluru. Earlier, he had submitted his resignation to the Legislative Council Chairman Basavaraj, and he is a ticket aspirant for BJP but was denied of the MLA ticket as he is currently an MLC. India began reducing security outside the British High Commission and the envoy's residence in retaliation for a violent protest outside the Indian mission in London over the weekend. Barricades are placed outside the UK mission at Shanti Path in Chanakipuri diplomatic enclave, and British High Commission Alex's residence has now been removed. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya has inaugurated the CGHS wellness centers in Maharashtra and also in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, in the presence of Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Bharati Praveen Pawar. 6 dead, several injured in an explosion at a firecracker warehouse. Now, this happened in Kanchipuram district. The Kanchipuram collector has said that the rescue operation is underway and that the police would investigate more on this. And with a view to promote the consumption of millets in light of UN declaring 2023 as International Year of Millets, the Indian Army has steered introduction of millets flour in the rations of soldiers. The Indian Army said that the decision will ensure troops are supplied with native and traditional grains after over half a century when these were discontinued in favor of wheat atta. Here was much more coming up after this very short break. Punjab police recovered the cars and bikes recovered in the tracing of Amritpal, but no sight of Amritpal yet.
आज के देश के हालात में देखा जाए तो सिर्फ गुजरात ही ठग हो सकता और उनके ठग को माफ किया जाएगा.
And Bihar Deputy CM says only a Gujarati can be a cheat. Is he pitting Indians against Indians?
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए.
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन. हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेज एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट. Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult sir. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है.
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है सर, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं.
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए.
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन. हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेज एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट. Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult sir. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है.
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है सर, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं.
Viewers, you're watching watching India's #1 news network this Wednesday evening. And the big controversy erupted today because Bihar Deputy CM Tejasvi Yadav has made a very controversial comment, saying that only a Gujarati can be a cheat. The controversial comment from the RJD leader comes after the name of Mehul Choksi, wanted in the 13,000 crore Punjab National Bank scam, was removed from the Interpol database of red notices. Let's play out that exact comment which has come in from Tejasvi Yadav.
दो ठग है ना, जो ठग है ठगी को अनुमति जो है आज के देश के हालात में देखा जाए तो सिर्फ गुजराती ही ठग हो सकते हैं और उनके ठग को माफ किया जाएगा। LIC का पैसा, बैंक का पैसा दे दो, फिर वो लोग लेके भाग जाएगा तो कौन जिम्मेवार होगा? या ये भाजपा ही भाग जाए तो क्या होगा? तो आप तो जान ही रहे हैं कितने लोग ऐसे हैं, इनके दोस्त, इनके यार, जो भ्रष्टाचार कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये लोग का तोता जो पिंजरा से नहीं निकलता इनके लिए।
तेजस्वी यादव जी को शर्म आना चाहिए। जिस गुजरात के बारे में वो चर्चा कर रहे हैं, उनको मालूम नहीं कि उस गुजरात ने महात्मा गांधी को दिया, उस गुजरात ने सरदार पटेल को दिया, उस गुजरात ने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जैसा सपूत दिया, जो आज देश और दुनिया में भारत का नाम रोशन हो रहा है। और गुजरात के लिए ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं उनकी ओछी मानसिकता और नैतिकता दिखाती है। सबसे बड़ी बात, जो व्यक्ति खुद और जिसका पूरा परिवार भ्रष्टाचार में डूबा हो, जिसने गरीब को नौकरी का लालच देकर ज़मीन कब्जा करने का काम किया हो, ज़मीन लेने का काम किया, वो इस तरह की बातें करता है। जिसका हर दिन जिसके लिए CBI और ED के छापे क्यों पड़ते हैं? ये कलंक अगर आपके माथे पर लगा है क्योंकि आपने काले काम किए हैं। और सबसे बड़ी बात, तेजस्वी यादव जी, आप वो व्यक्ति हैं जिसके पार्टी का मुखिया और पार्टी का अध्यक्ष भी लंबे समय तक चारा घोटाले और अलकतरा घोटाले के लिए जेल में रहा है।
लेकिन निश्चित ही अगर देश में देखें तो आजकल आर्थिक अपराध वाले को केंद्र सरकार की प्रत्यक्ष या अप्रत्यक्ष समर्थन प्रतीत होता है। ऐसा प्रतीत होता है क्योंकि वो जो ठग लोग हैं, जो फ्रॉड लोग हैं, उनको नकेल डालने में सक्षम नहीं हुए हैं, तो लगता है कि उनकी प्रत्यक्ष या अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से उनकी सहभागिता प्रतीत होती है। इसलिए लोगों के मन में शंका और शुभा होती है। और हाल के दिनों में हजारों करोड़ रुपया हमारे देश का यहाँ से लोग लेके जा चुके हैं। केंद्र सरकार उनको रोकने में न तो सफल रही है, न उनको लाने में सफल रही है। हाल के दिनों में जो एक अडानी का मामला आया है, जिसमें LIC और बैंक के पैसे उनके पास गए हैं, जो कि एक घोटाले का रूप ले रही है। और LIC में पैसा आम मध्यम वर्ग का होता है, तो आम मध्यम वर्ग ठगा हुआ महसूस कर रहे हैं। तो निश्चित ही केंद्र सरकार को तो ये जवाब देना होगा कि इतने राशि ठगे जा रहे हैं, उसको रोकने के लिए, उसको रिकवरी के लिए वो क्या कर रही है, इसका जवाब देना होगा। वो कटघरे में तो हैं। अब जहाँ तक रह गया कि किसी एक राज्य विशेष का व्यक्ति ही अमुक के तरह का हो सकता है, तो ये उचित नहीं प्रतीत होता है। एक अपराधी अपराधी होता है, वो अपराधी चाहे ठग ठग होता है, वो किसी राज्य के रूप में बांध कर देखना हमारे समझ से उचित नहीं है।
All right, viewers, we are getting you much more after this very short break. Coming up on the other side, India sends a strong message to the UK, but Khalistan supporters are back to provoke again.
So we unveiled the concept EV SUV called the EVX on the first day, is the 11th of January. Followed by the actual launch of two new SUVs from the house of Maruti Suzuki. One is the Fronx and the other being the Jimny. It's been an amazing response so far. Seeing a lot of interest from visitors. You can see in the Maruti Suzuki pavilion. All the three vehicles are experiencing a lot of interest. In fact, For the Fronx and the Jimny, which have already been launched, the bookings are already open, either at any of our Nexus showrooms or on a website, and we've already started seeing some tremendous inflow of bookings.
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए?
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन. हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट. Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult sir. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है.
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है सर, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं.
All right, viewers, exclusive, I repeat, exclusive images are coming in. Now, what we are learning, this is a breaking development. The Khalistani mob, remember, the Khalistani supporters had vandalized the tricolor. Now they are back. Khalistani mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London and are attempting to provoke India once again. All right, Rashmi Samant is joining us live from London. Rashmi, take us through exactly what's happening around you, because all of viewers can see those visuals coming in. How many Khalistani supporters are back at the Indian High Commission?
I think you can see about 100 or 150 odd people here right now. They're back out here. So that's what I can see.
Right.
Am I audible?
Just take us through what is happening right now. Take us through what are they doing there? Is there security present there?
Yeah, there is security. So I'm standing on the side of the Indian High Commission, and there is security present here, and there's a lot of security on standby. just in case it's needed. And I think as of now, it's just speeches going on the other side. And they're saying a lot of things about India and, generally trying to provoke the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
Rashmi, if you could take our viewers through exactly what's happening there, if you could show on camera, if you're going to show on camera these Khalistani supporters, show who they are, where they are, what are they doing at this point of time, and why are they back there again? Because the UK government has been told very clearly from India that security has to be stepped up. What are they doing there?
Well, they're here to protest, and they're in front of the High Commission, as you can see right behind me. I'm standing on the side of the High Commission, so the High Commission is right in front of me. And as of now, I think the High Commission looks safe, but then, there's a lot of provocative speeches which are going on the other side.
Right. You have been there for the last few days. What is the situation like in London? Because we saw many Indians come together as a community just yesterday where they protested these terrible actions of the Khalistan supporters who tried so hard to break the spirit of the Indian community. What are you feeling there in London?
Well, I think it's mixed emotions really. When they tried to do what they did last week, the Indian community really got together yesterday. I'm here only for a week, but it's so good to see the Indian community come together. Even today, many of us are here in front of the High Commission in solidarity with the High Commission, even if there are protesters on the other side.
Right. And what the big question coming up right now is, Rashmi, is that is this an organized protest? Does it look like an organized protest to you? Once again, take us through how many people, as you had said that many Khalistan supporters have landed up once again. They look like they have not even backed down. They're not even apologetic about what they did. Once again, they have landed themselves back at the Indian High Commission, Rashmi. So is it an organized protest? What does it look like to you?
Yeah. It's an organized protest. The posters have been out for a week now, and people are coming in coaches. So there have been posters out about people coming together. Like, there have been coaches that have been organized from different gurudwaras in different parts of the UK. So this is properly organized, and there are more people coming in. I think about a few hundred are here already, and many more are joining as we speak. So that's the whole kind of situation right now here. It's definitely organized, and it was organized online, so it's out there for everyone to see how they try to put together the transportation for everyone to come here, and really organize it around their gurudwaras here in the UK.
Right. So do you see any change in the security? Because India has made it very clear there has to be better security outside the Indian High Commission. So as this provocation continues by Khalistan supporters, how many security personnel do you see there? Can you count them?
Yeah, there are a few out here. There are, I think, about 10 people right outside the High Commission. But then I saw lots of vans nearby. So they're all on standby just in case something happens. There are many people here in riot gear ready to kind of get in and help out. So I think as of now, since the situation is under control, there are only 10 people. But there are many more just on standby in the streets nearby to help out the society, the community in general. If something happens, if something untoward happens regarding at the Indian High Commission.
Right. Rashmi, you said there are 10. There are 10 security personnel, 10 members of the police which are present there. But what are they doing? Are they stopping this mob, Khalistan mob? Are they stopping them? Are they trying to make sure that they do not come anywhere close to the Indian High Commission there? What are they doing there?
Yeah, there's a barricade and they're supposed to stand in front of the barricade. So they're making sure that the Khalistanis are standing where they should be standing. So they're ensuring that, and they're also standing in front of the High Commission, ensuring that the High Commission is secure. So I think there's a mix of that happening. I think they're prepared really well.
And Rashmi, you have been spending a lot of time in London. Is this something which happens often? Do you see this kind of provocation, the kind of provocation that we are seeing again and again, even though India has made it very clear that this kind of acts will not be tolerated, this provocation once again happening as we speak, happening live?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times in the past. On Republic Day, Independence Day, they've actually come and desecrated the Indian High Commission. So this is a repeat thing, but then, it surges from time to time. And I think today is the one time that they've actually done it. It happens over different intervals. And yeah.
Right. So Rashmi is reporting live for us as the Khalistan mob is trying to provoke once again, viewers, and we are live and rolling from the Indian High Commission once again. And Rashmi, I'm coming back to you right now because I want you to kind of help our viewers understand what is the situation there like. Now, you have been living in London and we saw yesterday what happened. Indians had come out in large numbers together as a community, and they made it very clear that we will not back down. After those Khalistan supporters tried to vandalize a tricolor, bigger tricolor, which all the viewers can see on the screen, that was put up by the Indian High Commission to show that India will never back down and India will not be scared. Rashmi, so take us through exactly what the Indian community is feeling at this point of time. Okay, Rashmi, I think there's a problem connecting with you. We'll come back to you in just a moment. But these are exclusive images coming in right now, where after India sent a very strong message, very, very strong message. Khalistan mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London. They're attempting to provoke India and Indian community once again there. And Rashmi, who's reporting live for us, is saying that there are around 10 policemen. They're just 10. I repeat, only 10 police security personnel are present at the spot, and there are many people, many Khalistan supporters who are once again there, and they're once again trying to provoke, give a provocative message once more. And this is coming in after India sent a very, very strong message to the UK. India has asked for explanation and summoned the senior most UK diplomat in New Delhi and sought explanation for the complete absence of security that allowed these kind of Khalistan elements, Khalistan supporters, to enter the High Commission premises. And once again, after India pulled up the senior most UK diplomat in New Delhi, we see that the Khalistan supporters are back again at the Indian High Commission in London. These are exclusive images coming here on Republic TV, viewers. And remember that the MEA has reminded the UK diplomats of basic obligations of the government of the UK under the Vienna Convention, saying that what is happening in the UK, it's a very, very big violation of the Vienna Convention, viewers. The Ministry of External Affairs has issued a statement saying that the senior most UK diplomat in New Delhi was summoned to convey India's strong protest at the actions taken by the separatist and extremist elements against the Indian High Commission earlier, viewers. And India has sought an explanation and demanded an explanation. In fact, why? India has demanded why there was a complete absence of British security that allowed that Khalistan supporters and these kind of elements to enter the High Commission premises. And UK was reminded that in this regard, basic obligations of the UK government under the Vienna Convention has to be followed. India finds, and this is the statement from the MEA, India finds unacceptable the indifference of the UK government to the security of the Indian diplomatic premises and personnel in the UK. And India has made it very clear that the UK government has to take immediate steps to identify, arrest and prosecute each one of those involved in that incident and put in place stringent measures to prevent the recurrence of such incidents. And even after that, what we are seeing on a screen is that the Khalistan mob is back at the Indian High Commission in London, and they are making one more attempt. In fact, Rashmi, who's reporting live, said that there are hundreds, I repeat, hundreds of Khalistani supporters back at the Indian High Commission. And one more time, they're trying to provoke India once again. So right now, we are seeing that there is some kind of security there, but just 10 people, only 10 police personnel there. While what Rashmi said, there are hundreds, I repeat, there are hundreds of Khalistanis trying to approach the High Commission. 10 police personnel versus hundreds of Khalistani supporters who are trying to once again come in the vicinity of the Indian High Commission. Viewers, these are exclusive images coming here on Republic TV. A short while back, we saw that how India has taken a very strong step and reviewed the security of UK diplomats after the Khalistani attack on the London embassy. India has removed the barricades of the High Commission, UK High Commission in Delhi. and has reviewed the security of the UK diplomats in the country in response to the lack of adequate security measures at the Indian mission in London. The decision comes after the pro-Khalistani activists and Khalistan supporters attacked the Indian High Commission in the UK capital. And following that attack, India has sought an explanation for the complete, I repeat, India has said that there was a complete absence of British security which should be there outside the Indian High Commission. The Indian mission in London and reminded the government there of its obligations under the Vienna Convention, viewers. So we're getting these updates coming in right now as a Khalistani mob once again landing up at the Indian High Commission in London and are attempting to provoke India once again, viewers. Getting these updates coming in at this point of time. And we're also learning that we, of course, get to learn exactly how UK is going to, stop this mob, because there are hundreds of them and they're just 10 police personnel, which Rashmi Samant, the activist who's there at the spot, counted when we asked her to count. So we have to wait and watch exactly what can happen next year as we get these back-to-back details coming in. Exclusive images coming here on Republic TV, straight and live from London. Right. Okay. So right now we're getting these details coming in right now where Rashmi Samant is reporting live outside High Commission. We'll just connect back with Rashmi. We'll just get back to Rashmi in just a moment. In the meanwhile, we're getting more details coming in. In fact, Major General, I believe, KK Sinha is joining us right now. Now, this is extremely shocking, Major General, that after India made it very clear that these kind of incidents will not be tolerated, it looks like there's a huge Khalistani mob present at the Indian High Commission in London. And Rashmi Samant, who's reporting live, she said that just 10, I repeat, just 10 police personnel and security at the spot right now.
And Jahan, absolutely, it is absolute what you said. This is not acceptable, and it is absolutely on the part of UK and the UK administration, especially the mayor over there. He's a Pakistan origin guy. And this Khalistani movement, which is now picking up, especially, Wapsi Punjabi, that is Vinderwala 3-0. It is something after, referendum 2020, this traction which they are getting it not only here. There was some protest was shown in the United States of America. Please, for God's sake. In United States of America, in San Francisco, all these things are going on. And, today something has also happened in Canada. There was in Australia, few days back, when they have vandalized the temples and writing. So these actions which they are getting it, basically the people who are from inside India and the people outside who are the diaspora, they are trying to do it. So this trend has to go, and we have to come very strongly. The people, the diaspora of ours, yesterday, day before yesterday, when, they have done with our flag and then the own diaspora came in a large number. It has to be defeated by them. And the second thing, we have to go with our diplomacy over there, and the diplomatic community has to be very strong on this. We should not tolerate. Last time also there were 3-4 cops who came there.
Right.
This time what you are saying is 10 only. So these are things, which has to be checked, and checked at all levels. And I think, we are doing it. It will come up, and this, design will be defeated. This will not carry on with Amandeep, running away. The moment this will cross here in India, you will find that it gets crushed. It is getting traction because what is happening in Punjab, there is some, traction they are getting over there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Major General KK Sinha, for joining us here on Republic TV. And now, I just want our viewers to understand what's happening. What we know is that around 200 more people have come. Hundreds of Khalistani supporters are near the High Commission, and the number of security personnel can be counted on the fingers. 10, just 10 so far. That's what Rashmi Samant has said. Let's go ahead and play out exactly what Rashmi has said. She's at the spot reporting for us live. can see those visuals coming in. How many Khalistani supporters are back at the Indian High Commission?
I think you can see about 100 or 150 odd people here right now. They're back out here. So that's what I can see.
Right.
Am I audible?
Just take us through what is happening right now. Take us through what are they doing there? Is there security present there?
Yeah, there is security. So I'm standing on the side of the Indian High Commission, and there is security present here, and there's a lot of security on standby, just in case it's needed. And I think as of now, it's just speeches going on the other side, and they're saying a lot of things about India, and generally trying to provoke the crowd.
Right. Yeah. Rashmi, if you could take our viewers through exactly what's happening there, if you could show on camera, these Khalistani supporters, show who they are, where they are, what are they doing at this point of time, and why are they back there again? Because the UK government has been told very clearly from India that security has to be stepped up. What are they doing there?
Well, they're here to protest, and they're in front of the High Commission, as you can see right behind me. I'm standing on the side of the High Commission, so the High Commission is right in front of me. And as of now, I think the High Commission looks safe, but then, there's a lot of provocative speeches which are going on the other side.
Right. You have been there for the last few days. What is the situation like in London? Because we saw many Indians come together as a community just yesterday where they protested these terrible actions of the Khalistan supporters who tried so hard to break the spirit of the Indian community. What are you feeling there in London?
Well, I think it's mixed emotions really. When they tried to do what they did last week, the Indian community really got together yesterday. I'm here only for a week, but it's so good to see the Indian community come together. Even today, many of us are here in front of the High Commission in solidarity with the High Commission, even if there are protesters on the other side.
Right. And what the big question coming up right now is, Rashmi, is that is this an organized protest? Does it look like an organized protest to you? Once again, take us through how many people are there. You had said that many Khalistan supporters have landed up once again. They look like they have not even backed down. They're not even apologetic about what they did. Once again, they have landed themselves back at the Indian High Commission, Rashmi. So is it an organized protest? What does it look like to you?
Yeah, it's an organized protest. The posters have been out for a week now, and people are coming in coaches. So there have been posters out about people coming together. Like, there have been coaches that have been organized from different gurudwaras in different parts of the UK. So this is properly organized, and there are more people coming in. I think about a few hundred are here already, and many more are joining as we speak. So that's the whole kind of situation right now here. It's definitely organized, and it was organized online, so it's out there for everyone to see how they try to put together the transportation for everyone to come here, and really organize it around their gurudwaras here in the UK.
Right. So do you see any change in the security? Because India has made it very clear there has to be better security outside the Indian High Commission. So as this provocation continues by Khalistan supporters, how many security personnel do you see there? Can you count them?
Yeah, there are a few out here. There are, I think, about 10 people right outside the High Commission. But then I saw lots of vans nearby. So they're all on standby just in case something happens. There are many people here in riot gear ready to kind of get in and help out. So I think as of now, since the situation is under control, there are only 10 people, but there are many more just on standby in the streets nearby to help out the society, the community in general. If something happens, if something untoward happens regarding at the Indian High Commission.
Right. Rashmi, you said there are 10. There are 10 security personnel, 10 members of the police which are present there. But what are they doing? Are they stopping this mob, Khalistan mob? Are they stopping them? Are they trying to make sure that they do not come anywhere close to the Indian High Commission there? What are they doing there?
Yeah, there's a barricade, and they're supposed to stand in front of the barricade. So they're making sure that the Khalistanis are standing where they should be standing. So they're ensuring that, and they're also standing in front of the High Commission, ensuring that the High Commission is secure. So I think there's a mix of that happening. I think
Right.
they prepared really
And
well
Rashmi,
for today.
you have been spending a lot of time in London. Is this something which happens often? Do you see this kind of provocation, the kind of provocation that we are seeing again and again, even though India has made it very clear that this kind of acts will not be tolerated, this provocation once again happening as we speak, happening live?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times in the past. On Republic Day, Independence Day, they've actually come and desecrated the Indian High Commission. So this is a repeat thing, but then, it surges from time to time. And I think today is the one time that they've actually done it. It happens over different intervals. And, yeah.
All right, viewers, so that was a conversation we had with Rashmi Samant, who's at the spot right now, and it looks like the UK is allowing once again for Khalistan mob to provoke India. That's what it looks like. I'm being joined right now by Major General Rajan Kochar, who's joining us on Republic TV. What do you make out of this? Why is it so brazen? It's a very brazen move by the Khalistan supporters there. They're going ahead and provoking India once again. Even India sent a very strong message to the UK that these kind of acts are absolutely something that they will not tolerate. A strong message already sent from India.
See, I have just heard your conversation with Rashmi, and it is quite apparent that the UK government and the UK police is not at all serious about ensuring the security of our High Commission there. And it is rather unfortunate that in spite of lodging a protest and summoning the High Commissioner here in India also, the UK government is not responding the way they should respond, because, you see, it is an unlawful protest and just about 10 people there. And as I can see that this is not the first time it is happening. It has been a regular feature there on our occasions like Independence Day, Republic Day. So I think this UK government needs to be slightly more serious about it, because these are a kind of acts against the sovereignty of a nation cannot be tolerated. And I also see that this happening in Canada. Now, the second aspect is that they seem to be very well organized, these people. From where are they getting these funds? Because we need to understand that the United Kingdom is a country where Pakistanis are also in large number. And they are sort of mingling with these elements, and the role of ISI cannot be ignored at this stage, because there is a definite plan, and if you would be aware, there is a K2 plan of ISI which says Kashmir and Khalistan. So since Kashmir is petering out, so now ISI is trying to focus to revive these anti-social elements and generate these protests of Khalistan. We saw that happening in Punjab also. So there is a definite design of the ISI into this entire game, and there are some separatist leaders of the Sikh community like Lakhbir Singh Rode, who's also quite active. There is an international Sikh Federation organization which he's heading, and he has got enough of funds, because all the NRIs who have gone there, and especially in Canada and other places, Australia also, we are seeing these things happening. So, UK has got a very fine intelligence Scotland Yard, and I'm sure that all this intelligence information is coming to them in real time. And I'm surprised that their police is not reacting, and only they are proactive is not there. That proactive action of these police is not there. They are only reactive, waiting for the situation to deteriorate. It's especially important that when you are trying to maintain law and order in a place, you have to be proactive. You have to ensure that no such gathering, like we have Section 144, which prohibits more than 5 people gathering in a place. A similar kind of act is also there in the United Kingdom. And they need to enforce these strict measures
because unless they do that, I'm sorry, the relations between the UK and India are one of the finest of late, and we don't want these relations to get a setback. And India needs to give a strong statement today to these governments, either in Canada or Australia or UK, that they must enforce their law and order machinery to ensure that no harm or this kind of unnecessary publicity, which they are actually getting all over the globe without a justified cause, should be nipped in the bud.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here. Major General Rajan Kochhar for joining us here as the Khalistan mob is back and tries to provoke India again. And the kind of security outside the Indian High Commission there is minimal, viewers. Just 10, I repeat, just 10 police personnel at the spot. Special buses also were used to ferry the Khalistanis to London. Very shocking development coming there. A short while back, we also spoke to BJP MP and senior advocate Mahesh Jethmalani, who says very clearly that UK should do more to make sure that these kind of incidents do not get repeated.
The way ahead really is that hopefully this puts pressure on the UK government and they increase the security and make sure such incidents, I mean, such completely dastardly incidents do not happen again. And people climb the walls of the High Commission, our High Commission there, desecrate our flag and put up a Khalistani flag. There have been so many incidents in the UK, between the Indian and Pakistani expatriates, then the Khalistani fringe elements, that the UK government itself should have had the foresight to have increased security long time back. In any case, the Indian High Commission itself, I'm told, is increasing its security, not depending entirely on the UK High Commission. It's very unfortunate that a country that's the sovereign territory of India, and they should be protecting her, just like we. Same thing is happening, incidentally, on diplomatic channels at the airport.
All right, viewers, so that was Mahesh Jethmalani, BJP MP and senior advocate, who has spoken on this very, very clearly, saying that this kind of acts will not be tolerated. He has condemned them, and something that India has also said, that UK should have been more careful, and very, very clearly saying that there's some basic obligations of the UK government under the Vienna Convention, and none of those were followed. India is making a very, very strong statement there. Okay, I'm right now being joined by two guests who are joining us. Sushil Pandit, columnist and activist, is joining us live from London. Manu Khajuria, Indian national in UK, joining us from London, both from London. I want to come across to you first, Manu Khajuria, because you are living in London. As an Indian national, these kind of incidents are something which is very, very disturbing. But the Indian community has yesterday put a very strong message that nothing can deter the Indian community. Still, we see a provocation coming in from the Khalistanis.
Yes, that's right. The Indian diaspora, in fact, came out after what happened on Sunday. So it was their very organic response to express their solidarity, not just with the High Commission, but also to come together, try to source some sort of warmth from each other and to celebrate India. Because the community, the diaspora across the country is extremely hurt by what happened on Sunday evening, the desecration of the Indian flag, which is representative of India's democracy, its history, and there is a shared heritage and a pride amongst the diaspora from whichever part of the country, from India, whichever part of India they are from. So this was an organic response. They all came out and they stood there for hours celebrating India as a response to what happened on Sunday evening. So, and there is also an absolute shock and outrage at the lack of protection provided by the authorities here, by the police here, which falls under the Home Office, because this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened multiple times, and hundreds of complaints have gone from the High Commission, as informed. The High Commissioner has mentioned this, that many times this issue has been raised. within the last few months, the start of this year, 4 or 5 complaints have been raised. And yet, despite the fact that the authorities were very much aware of what was going to happen, there was hardly any police presence. In today's agitation, the protest that is happening at the moment of these fringe extremist elements, at least they are across the road. What happened on Sunday was they were right in front of the High Commission. Ideally, I mean, you have freedom to protest, but you should be some certain 100 meters away from the building. And yet they were allowed to come right there, pull the Indian flag down, and injure a couple of officers from the High Commission. And as you mentioned, under the Vienna Convention, this is the responsibility of the host country, that is the United Kingdom in this case, to protect not only the mission, but all its officers. And it's continuing to fail to do so. This is the same country where we have a history of a mission officer being kidnapped and killed by Kashmiri terrorists from the JKLF, Ravindra Matre. So it is really shocking as to how the UK government has taken it so lightly and has not taken adequate measures so that this never happens again.
Right. Also coming across is Sushil Pandit, columnist and activist. Sushil Pandit, after India sent a very, very strong message, we are seeing that UK is not taking it very seriously. That's what it looks like here. Do you think it's time for India to send even a stronger message?
I'm afraid we haven't sent any strong messages yet. If you recall, 15th of August 2019, this building was actually attacked. People celebrating Independence Day, the Indian diaspora in London, were attacked. Women and children were attacked. I would like to know how many have been prosecuted, convicted, and sentenced for that attack. None. Why have we pursued that case with the British authorities? Have we? If we haven't, then we are actually begging for a repeat of such incidents. So yes, we may have. I realize that time also, Preeti Patel was the Home Secretary. When some citizens on their own contacted her, she said, I haven't yet received a formal complaint from the High Commission. And pursuing that case, pursuing it to punishing such people, punishing exemplarily, would have prevented such incidents. Because those incidents go unpunished, because the Red Fort desecration of our tricolour 2 years back, last year, went unpunished, that too on our Republic Day. I don't see anyone paying for that desecration, facing the consequences. So unless we act tough whenever such things happen, unless we give out exemplary punishments and impose such costs, these things are going to repeat. Our reputation as a soft state, as a namby-pamby state, as a chalta hai state, still continues, which is why people take liberties with us. We have this time taken a tough action, removed barricades, security from British High Commission in Delhi. So barricades have shown up in front of our High Commission in London. So there is a police bandobast and security in front of our High Commission. Otherwise, there was none. All this was unilateral observation of Vienna Conventions that we offer security to commissions in Delhi, but commissions abroad of India are left to the mercy of vandals. There has to be reciprocity in this. And we have to impose this.
Sushil Pandit and Manu Khajuria. And Manu Khajuria was with us. By the way, Manu Khajuria was at the spot yesterday. She was part of the protest. I just want both of you to stay on with us for just a short while. I'm taking a very short break right now. We'll come back and get our viewers all the details coming in. Right now, viewers, minimal security, hundreds of Khalistani supporters at the Indian High Commission. We are continuing our rolling coverage from London.
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in, whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन। हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से सर एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट। एवरेस्ट इज द हाईएस्ट माउंटेन इन द वर्ल्ड and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है,
Thank you for joining us on Superfast 50. Barricades were placed outside the Indian High Commission, the UK High Commission, that is. These are pictures that came in from London, by the way. But earlier today in Delhi at Shantipat in Chanakyapuri, where India reviewed the security that is given to the UK High Commission, and that security was reduced after that review. Following that, of course, there have been protests which continue. Khalistani groups back at the High Commission. These are the shots from the UK High Commission this morning in Delhi, where some of those barricades were removed. Anti-India protests by Khalistanis in London continued this evening behind police barricades. The Metropolitan Police on guard at the Indian High Commission with riot gear, prepared this time after what happened a few days ago. Meanwhile, there has been heightened security presence and barricades outside the Indian High Commission in the UK. This belated move of the UK police beefing security comes as hundreds of Khalistanis provoked outside the High Commission a few days ago. Senior advocate Mahesh Jethmalani condemned the UK government's inaction after the tricolour was insulted in London. He said that the UK government should have done much more.
But the way ahead really is that hopefully this puts pressure on the UK government and they increase the security and make sure such incidents, I mean, such completely dastardly incidents, they do not happen again. And people climb the walls of the High Commission, our High Commission there, desecrate our flag and put up a Khalistani flag.
The Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav sparked a controversy today, saying only a Gujarati, quote unquote, only a Gujarati could be a fraudster in India's current scenario.
दो ठग है ना, जो ठग है ठगी को अनुमति जो है आज के देश के हालात में देखा जाए तो सिर्फ गुजराती ही ठग हो सकते हैं और उनके ठग को माफ किया जाएगा। LIC का पैसा, बैंक का पैसा दे दो, फिर वो लोग लेके भाग जाएगा तो कौन जिम्मेवार होगा? या ये भाजपा ही भाग जाए तो क्या होगा?
Stoking a fresh controversy, the Samajwadi Party's parliamentarian ST Hassan said that both houses of parliament will not function due to some festivals. He said earlier it didn't happen. already the House proceedings couldn't take place, and it may be possible that this decision was taken to make a certain community happy. He basically gave it a communal spin, the fact that Parliament didn't function due to festivals today.
देखिए, दोनों सदन कल बंद रहेंगे. कोई त्यौहार है जिसके लिए ये पहले तो शायद ऐसा नहीं होता था, इन त्योहारों पे छुट्टी नहीं होती थी. अब वैसे भी सदन नहीं चल रहे हैं, तो हो सकता है उस समुदाय को खुश करने के लिए ये डिसीजन लिया गया हो.
The Punjab police has tried to make things tougher for Amritpal as per reports after a massive manhunt was launched. The Punjab police have now begun investigating Amritpal's parents' bank accounts and going through the finances of the family as well as we speak. Republic has accessed more details in connection with Amritpal's escape. The radical Khalistani backer reportedly contacted his associates in Haryana and sought help from them as per the latest details coming in. The Punjab Congress President Amrinder Singh Raja Waring wrote a letter to the DGP of Punjab Police to highlight the concern regarding the large number of youth reportedly being rounded up and being labelled as Amritpal supporters. 4 aides of Amritpal who helped the Waris Punjabde chief escape in an SUV were brought to court from the Shahkot police station in Jalandhar today. Some other stories that we're tracking from across the country. President Droupadi Murmu presented the Padma Awards 2023, the civil investiture ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi. It happened this evening. Mulayam Singh, Zakir Hussain, Kumar Mangalam Birla, Sudha Murthy among 106 Padma Award recipients this year. Of the total of 106, 50 were awarded the Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri respectively. Presenting the 78,800 crore budget for the year 2023-24, Delhi Finance Minister Kailash Gehlot said that the Delhi model is the model that wants to fulfill the dream of the common man in the national capital, and with this year's budget, they aim to make Delhi cleaner and more beautiful.
आने वाला वर्ष दिल्ली को वैश्विक मंच पर एक साफ, सुंदर और आधुनिक शहर के रूप में खुद को प्रदर्शित करने का एक शानदार अवसर भी प्रस्तुत करता है. अध्यक्ष जी, इसीलिए मैं वित्तीय वर्ष 2023-24 के बजट को साफ, सुंदर और आधुनिक दिल्ली के लिए समर्पित कर रहा हूं.
Highlighting the Delhi government's key takeaways from the budget 2023-24, the Chief Minister of the National Capital, Arvind Kejriwal, hailed it, calling it a historic budget, adding that an aim was made to ensure corruption is fought. Faceless services, he highlighted that. Doorstep delivery of services, he said, will continue.
इस बजट में सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ है. हर तबके के लिए, गरीब, अमीर, आदमी, औरत, सबके लिए, हर वर्ग के लिए, हर आयु के लोगों के लिए, सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ है. सबसे पहली बात कि दिल्ली, सभी सर्वे ये दिखाते हैं कि पूरे देश में सबसे कम महंगाई दिल्ली के अंदर है, और उसका कारण है कि दिल्ली सरकार दिल्ली के लोगों को कई सारी चीज़ें मुफ्त में मुहैया कराती है.
Meanwhile, the BJP questioned the Delhi budget presented by the Aam Aadmi Party government, claiming that the budget had nothing for the common man of the national capital.
बजट आता है हमारे सामने तो हम सबसे पहले देखते हैं कि पिछले बजट में कितने वित्त की व्यवस्था थी, कितना उसका लैप्स हुआ था, कितना कार्य हुआ, और अब जो नया आया है वो उससे ज़्यादा है या कम है. तो जब हम समीक्षा कर रहे हैं तो मैक्सिमम हम देख रहे हैं कि इस साल के बजट में पहले से थोड़ा थोड़ा कम ही हुआ है.
As the former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's custody was extended, The Aam Aadmi Party leader was produced before the Rouse Avenue court in the case connected to the Delhi excise policy, but the court has sent Sisodia to judicial custody till the 5th of April. The Delhi Rouse Avenue court also adjourned its hearing in Satyendra Jain case today. The matter will be heard on the 12th of April. Sukesh Chandrasekhar wrote a letter to the Director General of Prisons seeking permission to contribute a demand draft of 5.1 crore from him towards the welfare of inmates and their families who are not able to pay for their bail bonds and are lodged in jail for years. Prime Minister Modi held a high-level meeting today to review the public health preparedness amid the rise in COVID-19 cases. The meeting was held this evening. ISRO Chairman S. Somnath said the agency has successfully done significant collaborations on its space missions and is also discussing a possible mission to the moon with Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. What are some more news from the world of politics now? An important meeting of the opposition leaders will be held at the residence of NCP's Sharad Pawar. This is at his residence in Delhi on the 23rd of March. Floor leaders of the opposition parties in Rajya Sabha have been invited to the meeting. JDS leader Kumaraswamy will meet West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee tomorrow. This comes a week after her meeting with Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav. With elections approaching in Karnataka and amid the speculation over the chief ministerial candidate within the BJP, Karnataka's Basavaraj Bommai, the current chief minister, has expressed his desire to continue in office. He wants to be the chief ministerial face. Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar expressed confidence in winning the Karnataka polls. Congress claims that they have the edge. Shivkumar launched an attack on the BJP, saying that the party had done a big blunder by making Karnataka the corruption capital and that the BJP was trying to win Tamil Nadu also through corruption. Chamarajanagar BJP unit launched a Go Back Somanna campaign targeting one of their own, Somanna. The BJP cadre in Mysuru said that they don't want Somanna in charge of the district. A former BJP leader, Baburao Chinchasur, joined Congress in the presence of Karnataka Congress President D.K. Shivkumar in Bengaluru. Earlier, he had submitted his resignation as a legislative council leader. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia inaugurated a wellness center at Sambhajinagar, Maharashtra, and also in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, in presence of Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Bharati Praveen Pawar. 6 were reported dead, several injured in an explosion at a firecracker warehouse in Kanchipuram district of Tamil Nadu. The Kanchipuram collector said that rescue operations continued when reports last came in. With the view to promote the consumption of millets in light of the UN declaring 2023 as the International Year of Millets, the Indian Army has steered introduction of millets flour in the rations of soldiers. The Indian Army said that the decision will ensure troops are supplied with native and traditional grains after over half a century when these were discontinued in favor of wheat atta. The Customs Commissionerate of Vijayawada busted smuggled gold coming into Andhra Pradesh. Gold weighing 12.9 kilograms with a market value of 7.5 crore rupees was seized. 4 persons were arrested under provisions of the Customs Act 1962. Some more stories this evening. At least 9 people were killed while more than 100 injured in Swat Valley region of Pakistan's northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province after a magnitude 6.5 earthquake jolted Pakistan and Afghanistan last evening. The earthquake struck much of Pakistan and Afghanistan as well and killed at least 13 people, injured scores in both countries. Authorities also struggled to collect data on casualties and damages from remote regions. China slammed the US for its draft rules to prevent American chip makers from investing in China, calling it an outright sci-tech blockade and protectionist practice. Thai police have cordoned off a residential area in a southern Thai city after a gunman shot 2 people dead. According to local media, at least 1 person has been wounded. China's foreign ministry said that Xi Jinping's visit to Russia injected new impetus to the bilateral relations of the two countries. China saying that the leaders reached many new consensuses and that the strategic decision by China to promote the bilateral relations will not be changed by the international situation of one time. The Polish Prime Minister thanked Japan for its continued cooperation with Warsaw as he hosted talks with his Japanese counterpart in the Polish capital. Japanese Prime Minister said that he will support Poland, which bears an increasing burden due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Fumio Kishida met with his Polish counterpart after his surprise visit to Kiev on Tuesday. The Philippine president defended his decision to allow a larger United States military presence in the country as vital to territorial defense despite China's fierce opposition and warning that it would drag the Philippines into an abyss of geographical strife. Pakistan and citizens of Pakistan in the garrison city of Rawalpindi lined up at flour distribution centres which were announced by the government to help people cope with inflation with the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan around the corner. Train services have resumed in Greece for the first time since a deadly rail disaster took place 3 weeks ago as the country's centre-right government struggled to regain its footing ahead of a general election. Getting in some sports news now, the 50-over ICC World Cup is likely to start on the 5th of October in India. India's all-format captain Rohit Sharma will lead the two-time champions in the 2023 edition of the ICC World Cup. The last time India hosted the 50-over World Cup in 2011, we lifted the trophy at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Former Pakistan speedster Shoaib Akhtar wanted an ICC World Cup final showdown with India and has called for revenge for the semi-final loss in 2011. India faced Pakistan in Mohali in the last 4 stage of the 2011 edition of the ICC World Cup. Reports suggest that a new rule is set to be introduced in the upcoming edition of the IPL. Currently, the captains of the IPL teams have to announce the team before the toss. This has now been changed. Franchisees will be required to announce their playing 11 after the toss. And what comes as a dream start for India at the ISSF World Cup in Bhopal. Sarabjot Singh registered a clean sweep 16-0 win over Ruslan Lunev of Azerbaijan in the gold medal game of the men's 10 meters air pistol. Commonwealth Games champion boxer Neetu Gangas assured India of its first medal at the ongoing Women's World Championships after reaching the semi-finals. The 22-year-old Haryana boxer notched a second-round referee stops contest win over Madoka Wada of Japan in her quarter-final bout. Former German international Mesut Ozil has announced his retirement from professional football. The 34-year-old Ozil has donned jersey of clubs like Real Madrid, Arsenal and made the announcement public on social media. Indian women cricketer Tania Bhatia has broken former Indian skipper MS Dhoni's 12-year-old record. Dhoni registered this feat as he dismissed 3 KKR batsmen during the 2011 edition of the Indian Premier League. Now, Indian women's cricket team wicketkeeper Tania Bhatia, who represents her franchise, the Delhi Capitals, in the WPL, stumped 4 batters in the recently concluded match against UP Warriors. Speaking about Dhoni, while his fans are eagerly awaiting to see him take on the field in the IPL, that's just around the corner, his franchisee, the Chennai Super Kings, shared an emotional photograph of him. The official handle of Chennai Super Kings shared a picture of Dhoni sitting at the dugout, and the franchisee came up with a fitting caption, reportedly. Former Pakistani cricketer Shahid Afridi, known for spewing venom against India, has now said that he will request the Indian Prime Minister to let cricket happen between the two countries. Due to political relations between the two countries, both teams have not played in bilateral contests for over a decade now. Portugal begins its Euro 2024 qualifying campaign at home against Liechtenstein in Group J on Thursday, with Roberto Martinez debuting as coach and Cristiano Ronaldo still in the squad.
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking, and proactive professionals.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन। हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट. Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult. Sir. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है.
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है सर, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं.
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन. हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट. Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं. Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री
पद्म भूषण श्री कुमार मंगलम बिरला. पद्म भूषण श्री कुमार मंगलम बिरला।
Has the UK become the hub of terror activities? India removes barricades outside the UK High Commission. Can UK remain indifferent towards extremism? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन। हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट। Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं। Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है।
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं।
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amritpal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control that he organizes a private fully armed battalion around him, attacks state policemen. When the state wakes up, this man Amritpal vamooses and organizes a car chase with thousands of security forces in Punjab. Now we know that drug dealers are giving Amritpal Mercedes SUVs to drive around in. Why? Didn't the security agencies not know about all this till now, or did they allow? If a state government does not defend national interest, then the center has to step in whether people like it or not. These are not legal matters. These are matters of national security.
एक बात बताइए ना, इतने माउंटेन्स आपने चढ़े, इतने कॉन्टिनेंट्स पे इंक्लूडिंग एवरेस्ट, सबसे मुश्किल कौन सा था ये बताइए।
सर, आई वुड से एवरेस्ट इज ऑलवेज द डिफिकल्ट वन। हालांकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल से एवरेस्ट में आजकल हर कोई चढ़ रहा है, बट लेट मी टेल यू सर, एवरेस्ट रिमेन्स एवरेस्ट। Everest is the highest mountain in the world and it will remain so. And I have find Everest to be the most difficult.
Most difficult.
Most difficult. Ultimately crevasses उस खुम्बू ग्लेशियर में आपको क्रॉस करने हैं। Ultimately वो लोत्से फेस में जो 70 डिग्री की वॉल है वो आपको चढ़नी है।
डर लगा कभी?
सर, आई थिंक डरना भी जरूरी है, बिकॉज डर जब आपको लगता है आप सतर्क रहते हैं।
We have to be much tougher as a nation. If a state government does not defend national interest and national security, then the center has to immediately step in. We cannot be so soft and so indecisive that a person like Amrit Pal and nobody first becomes a national security threat, then becomes so out of control. The United Kingdom is officially telling the people of India and the government of India that it couldn't care less. The United Kingdom is telling the government of India that it wants to do business with India, but it will do nothing to defend Indian interests. The London Metropolitan Police says it is continuing with inquiries. On the ground, the reality is the Khalistanis have a free rein. Today, Rishi Sunak and his cabinet must decide and pick a side. They cannot appease Khalistanis on their soil and hope to forge ties with India. They cannot act on every other separatist movement and in fact do everything possible to make sure that the United Kingdom is the center of anti-India activity.
Burning question powered by Cool Fans.
Khalistanis provoke again in London, gather outside the Indian High Commission in London, viewers. Live visuals beaming through. Even as UK allow Khalistanis to regroup, India cuts down security at the UK High Commission in New Delhi. Cars and bikes used in escape recovered, but not a clue of Amrit Pal Singh. Storm over anti-Modi protests in national capital. BJP claims AAP hand, AAP hits back. Bihar Deputy Chief Minister stokes controversy, says only a Gujarati can be a cheat. Prime Minister Modi holds a high-level COVID review meeting amid the concerns over rising numbers of COVID in India again. Well, hello and welcome viewers. I am Aishwarya Kapoor and you are watching The Burning Question. And well, it's literally burning. In Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party, which is now openly saying that they got these posters out, written, on which it was clearly written in Hindi and English, Modi Hatao, Desh Bachao. It was their hand. They are saying that they got it printed. We have the Aam Aadmi Party leaders on record speaking to us on this. But if they are ready to come on record now, why couldn't the Aam Aadmi Party follow the rules? And last time I checked, it's an Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi. They know the rules. So they exactly knew that it's illegal to get a pamphlet or a poster pasted or posted somewhere without the name of the printing press where that particular poster has been printed and the person who is doing it. And both of these things were missing out of this particular poster. Can we have the poster pictures on air, please? So there is a poster and the Aam Aadmi Party claims that this poster was there in the number of lakhs of such posters. Lakhs of these posters of Modi Hatao and Desh Bachao were put up across Delhi. And more than 100 FIR, these are the claims of the Aam Aadmi Party, to which the Delhi police says only 36 or 38 FIRs related to this particular poster. The other FIRs are related to other posters. But coming back to the point, if the Aam Aadmi Party is aware and is claiming that these are the posters which their leaders put up, then why couldn't you write and follow the rules? Why couldn't you just write that it's the Aam Aadmi Party who's getting it printed? Then there would have been no FIR, no case, no controversy. You have all the right, according to the Indian Constitution. Why? To create a situation where there is a tussle. When you can own it now, why couldn't you own it up then? That's the point. That's the topic on burning debate. But the counter is the complete opposition, from the Samajwadi Party to the BSP. Everyone is gathering behind the Aam Aadmi Party saying, look, another attack on the democracy, another attack on the freedom of speech, another attack that now no more posters. If someone get an anti-BJP or an anti-Modi poster, the person will be arrested. So is it? What's the truth? Let's debate on the burning question. I have a packed house, but first, this special report.
Thousands of posters targeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi surfaced in various parts of Delhi on Wednesday morning. Following the incident, the Delhi police launched a massive operation to take down the objectionable posters against the Prime Minister. The BJP was quick to blame the Aam Aadmi Party.
अगर हिम्मत है ना, पोस्टर अपने अपना नाम लिखो और बताओ जनता को कि आम आदमी पार्टी पोस्टर लगा रही है और नरेंद्र मोदी को गाली देगी, क्योंकि आपको मालूम है अगर आप मोदी जी को गाली देंगे तो आप जनता इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगी, इसलिए आपने नाम ही नहीं डाला.
Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, refuted BJP's claims.
अगर देश के प्रधानमंत्री अगर देश के लोगों की आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करने में फेल हो रहे हैं, अगर देश के अंदर लोकतंत्र पर लगातार हमले कर रहे हैं, देश के संविधान के ऊपर अगर खतरे मंडरा रहे हैं, तो इस देश से लोगों की आवाज उठ रही है कि अगर इसका समाधान अब एक ही बचा है कि मोदी हटाओ और देश बचाओ.
The Delhi police has lodged over 100 FIRs and arrested 6 people in connection with the incident. The Aam Aadmi Party in a tweet has raised questions over the FIRs that have been registered. Some 2,000 posters which were allegedly being delivered to AAP's office were seized by the police. Cops found the posters when they intercepted a van in the IP estate area in central Delhi. The driver told police that he had been instructed to deliver the posters to AAP headquarters.
Massive crackdown has now been done by Delhi police against the people who pasted these posters. Multiple places in national capital where these posters were pasted. We also got a picture of a poster which was reportedly pasted there at the Kalkaji area, and Delhi police is now looking into that as to how many people are involved in this. We'll have to see how this political fight is further going to escalate. But yes, once again, we are now seeing confrontation taking place between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, where both the leaders of political parties are now trading guns at each other.
Bureau Report, Republic TV.
On this short format of the debate, Harish Khurrana of the BJP and Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party. I'll give 5 minutes each to you. 2.5, and 2 of my questions. Harish Khurrana, the Aam Aadmi Party is saying there is no democracy left. They can't even put up posters now. There are going to be more than 100 FIRs, Harish, if they are going to get an anti-BJP poster up. What's the truth, Harish Khurrana?
See, it's a habit of Arvind Kejriwal and its gang that every time they have been caught or they are doing something illegal, they do a same rhetorics of that we have been vindicted and our ki hamare sath to vendetta politics is going on. This is the same rhetoric every time. Now today you have posted one poster, nobody is objecting it, do it. But what about legality? The legal reality is you have to put a name, publisher on the poster, who has released that poster, whether it's Aam Aadmi Party or some person, you have to name it, and how many posters you have released it. Quantity of that has to be written on the line below in the poster. You have not done that. And then when FIR has been lodged by the Delhi police, which law is taking their own course and action has been taken, now you are saying कि हमारे साथ तो vendetta politics हो रही है, we are being vindicted. Why you are doing this? You can do anything.
So what you are saying,
Hari? क्या problem थी? What's the problem? Now ask.
So largely what you are saying is you don't have a problem with the content, Reena Gupta. The BJP is saying you can get the same poster out tomorrow again, but just follow the process. If you can own it up now, why not then? Reena Gupta.
Aishwarya, the largest party, world's largest party, is scared of 4 words. Prime Minister Narendra Modi 4 शब्दों से डर गए. उस पोस्टर पे सिर्फ 4 शब्द लिखे थे. और you know, Aishwarya, you walk around Delhi You cannot walk more than 100 meters without a poster of Mr. Narendra Modi. Tell me how many FIRs have been registered against Bharatiya Janata Party people who are putting up these posters. So you have one set of rules for the opposition parties and you have no rules for Bharatiya Janata Party. They can go around doing whatever they want. That's point number one. Point number two, in Delhi, the police is so scarce. Their time is so precious. Every second day you hear of a murder, rape, kidnap, chain snatching, theft, robbery in Delhi. But the Bharatiya Janata Party is forcing the Delhi police to waste their precious time in arresting.
Reena Gupta, I am rephrasing my question. Harish, I'll come back to you. Reena, I am only saying.
This is not fair.
Reena, I am saying this is not the first poster. Reena Gupta, I am asking you only.
Time to speak, Aishwarya.
No, I interrupted him also after 45 seconds, Reena Gupta. I am asking you only, ma'am. Reena Gupta, I am asking you only. I am not going to Harish. I am asking you only. I am saying, Reena Gupta, were you not aware? Or were the leaders who got this poster printed were not aware of the rules? Because it's your government in Delhi. You should follow the rules more than anyone else. Your MLAs, your leaders. You could have done this exactly, but just follow the norms, follow the rules. And then, despite BJP wanting to put down these papers according to your claims, they would not have been possible. That would not have been possible. Reena Gupta, don't you agree to that?
What I'm saying, Aishwarya, in Delhi is the capital of the country. There is so much political